everyone, so today I'm going to do a review of Darcy's Botanicals Sweet Cocoa Bean Moisturizing Hair Wick. Now this is supposed to be a thicker version of the Sweet Cocoa, the Curl Smoothing Cream, and that is one of my holy grails. So I was really excited to try this product as well. So you look at it, it's a little bit thicker than the hair whip, or not the hair whip, I mean the curl smoothing cream, but it's not super thick like the vanilla bean moisturizer that Darcy's also makes. It smells just like that cocoa pebble smell. I love the smell of it. It smells like, you know, sweetened chocolate, like a little bit of a cocoa, but it's not too strong. So if you're not a huge fan of gourmand scents, you might like this one better. And the ingredients are really good, just like with all Darcy's products. It has like cocoa butter, sweet almond oil, shea butter, olive oil. I'll put all the ingredients down at the bottom, but it's mostly just good stuff. One thing I will say between this and the curl smoothing cream, I believe the curl smoothing cream has coconut oil, and this does not, or at least it's not listed on mine, and that for me was just a little bit disappointing, just because, you know, I'm on this whole coconut oil kick thing. So how did it perform for me? It actually performed fine. I used it a number of ways. Usually when I'm using a thicker moisturizer, I use it to seal at the end of my styling routine. I try it as a leave-in. I try it to wet set some twists or braids, or do a dry set as well. Most of the time, if I'm going to do twists or braids now, I just do them on dry hair, just because it takes days for my hair to dry because I have too much hair. So it worked fine. But it was lacking a wow factor for me. And this is just how I felt throughout my entire experience. Like with most thicker moisturizers, I really don't like to use them as a leave-in because they don't really have enough slip. Same thing with this one, but then at the same time, with those thicker moisturizers, I usually feel like they have a little bit more sealing power, and I didn't feel like that with this one. This is a pretty thin moisturizer. Like, it'll move in the jar pretty easily, instead of just staying, you know, very still, like a lot of those moisturizers that almost borderline on being a pomade, which is why I kind of have my sealers and moisturizers in the same section on my holy grail list. So the way I most recently used it, I used it for just a dry braid out. I initially did 8 braids in my hair, and it came out pretty well. However, I did not sleep on my hair correctly, so it looked like really terrible this morning. It was like flat on one side and then it was poofy on the other side. So I tried to fix my hair, and I just applied a little bit more. Always use it, you know, sparingly. You don't want your hair to get too wet when you're using these types of products, because then it's just going to take longer for your hair to dry, longer for your hair to set in that style. So then I used it again. I did 4 braids, and this is how my hair came out. I still think it could look better, but for what I did and for the amount of time it took me to do this style, like I just left my braids in for maybe 3 hours or something like that. So it wasn't like I was even using it overnight to let my hair set, so it's a little bit frizzier, it's a little bit poofier than it normally would be. I will say one thing I really did like about the product was that it seemed to settle into my hair quickly, so I didn't feel like I was going to have the problem of having white hair in between my braids when I undid them. That happens a lot of the time for me, especially with thicker moisturizers. I also used my Q-Redo when my hair was in braids on the top of my hair to help take down some frizz, and then also to help the product settle in, and I think that worked awesome. So in combination with my Q-Redo, using it like that, that's pretty much how I'm going to continue to use this product. However, since I don't do a ton of braid outs, a ton of twist outs, that I probably wouldn't buy this again, just because there are other Darcy's products that I like. But if someone were to give it to me, or, you know, if I got like a free sample of it with my other purchases, like I would definitely be able to use it. So that's pretty much all I have to say. If you have any questions about the product, just leave them in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them. Thank you so much, and I will talk to you guys later. Have a great one. Bye.